Go ahead and talk. We're going to talk about this.
This is why it's very important, like the brother said. I said again, I've told this sister and this sister, I've been on him for a few years now. How many times have I told women about keeping their legs long? How many women used to get offended by that, right?
Extension cord in my charger.
Even today, it still goes over their head.
I was telling the sisters back, Levi, how many times you ever heard me tell the sisters back in class? Sisters, keep your legs closed. You don't know your value. When you say what you say, sisters, you need to understand your value.
You don't understand what you are.
You don't understand what you are.
What did the priests do? The priests were responsible for keeping the temple in order. What was the temple there for? To receive the sacrifice rent by the priest.
Yes.
And so when we bring seed into the woman,
Right.
we are offering a sacrifice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, let's go a little bit. Give me Leviticus 23. Not Leviticus 23, Leviticus 21. I'll show y'all something. Leviticus 21. And I want you to understand this. This is why it's very imperative that the daughters of Zion know how special they are. Huh?
He said, I want to go back to what he just said, because pretty often he said when a man inserts into a woman and he puts that seed, he's offering a sacrifice. The scripture, the law tells us not to make an offering to the elect, right? How were they giving their children unto the fire? The question, how did you give over your seed to it? First is how just the sacrifice of Abraham and Isaac, right? He gave his sacrifice of his son. Every seed that drops into the land, right? Just like we said, we don't make sacrifices today. The sacrifice is like, you're making a sacrifice every time to the kingdom, right? It's what with Hannah, she said, Father, I will loan her back my son back to your service. That was her sacrifice. They're big. But
Keep going.
no, it's like you gotta pay attention to that, because if we're not making a sacrifice to our Father, then who are we?
But listen, okay, watch this here. When you plant your seed into the ground, right? And that first harvest come up, what do you do that harvest?
It's supposed to be rendered unto the Father.
Thank you. The first of your, so the same thing happened to you with your children, especially a male child. That firstborn gets what? He won't go to the Father. You see? Okay, so Leviticus 21. Okay, this is to show the daughters. Start off at 5. Start off at 4. Start off at verse 4.
Leviticus 21:4. But he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, to profane himself. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cutting in their flesh. They shall be holy unto their Elohim, and not profane the name of their Elohim. For the offerings of Yahuwah made by fire, and the bread of their Elohim, they do offer. Therefore, they shall be holy. They shall not take a woman that is a whore. They shall not take a woman that is a whore. Or profane, neither shall they take a woman put away from her man. For he is holy unto his Elohim. You shall sanctify him, therefore, for he offers the bread of your Elohim. He shall be holy unto you, for I, Yahuwah, which sanctify you, am holy.
The case.
Continue.
Yeah, continue till you get to 10.
Just
And
plug
the
it into
daughter,
one.
and the daughter of any priest,
This is a very important part right here. The daughter what?
and the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profanes the father. She profanes her father.
Hold on. So if the Most High, if Yeshua HaMashiach is a high priest, if
He was the first priest, the original.
He's the original priest. So that means that we as men should not be defining the daughters of the Most High. They're the daughters of Yah before they become our wives.
Okay.
We're not just defending the women, but you can't defile yourselves.
Yes.
A lot of the scriptures are talking about the priesthood, but he's returning the priesthood to not just one tribe, but all. Every man is now taking on that honor. So you don't defile yourself. So it's important, like you said, women.
That's a revelation.
Right, like
That's a
both.
revelation.
Exactly.
Do we understand that the priesthood, the Levitical priesthood, there were people in the priesthood that weren't high priests, and their responsibility was to go through and clean and every day to clean the temple. But they had to have an oath. They had to be an oath, and they had to be able to go in. But the highest of the holiest place, only one person was allowed to go in. Why? Because it's sacred above all things. Look, it is not a problem for me to court a woman. That's why you have a court. But only one who is righteous can enter into the sacred place, the inner court, the holies of holies. Why is that? Because that is where once your sacrifice goes, the blood is then dripped on the mercy seat. Your sacrifice is the most important thing, but we don't teach our sisters or our brothers the responsibility of what they're doing when they have intercourse. And when we marry, that we should draw up lawful contracts.
This is why when the sisters of Virginia broke this, that's why they had the blood on the collar.
Man, I'm going to tell you something right now. Let's just go there, since we got to go there. First things first, once all the requirements of the dowry was paid and all the pre-contractual statements that were made and signed for was made, then the girl was, look, the feast didn't even happen yet. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. There wasn't no feast then. Then what happened was 2 witnesses from each side of the family would go up to a room. The priest or whoever would make the bed. The groom and the bride would go in and they would consummate. Now, they would lay on the white sheet. If after that act was done, they would then inspect the sheet. If there was no show of blood on that sheet, the marriage was what? Invalid. Unless, now there's an unless. If the man still wanted her, he could keep her. But if not, it was on the way with. And she was what? Stoned. And all that stuff was given back to the man. There's an importance in this. Do you understand that is why when Yahamashiach went into the grave, his body wasn't left, but that sheet was? That sheet with his blood on it was left to validate that he was the perfect lamb? That's why the veil had to be ripped. That sheet is a receipt of purchase.
Of the marriage, that's right.
That's all that sheet is in that bedroom. It is a receipt, not only of purchase, but of authenticity. That, hold on, Chauncey, I gotta say this, that everything that was promised to that man was validated and true. Because when I give away my daughters, I am giving away a virgin. Not only a virgin, but a virgin of Israel, a daughter of Zion. And so when she laid on that sheet, it was my reputation on the line as well as hers. Because if she was defiled, it means I failed my job as a father. That's why it was so harsh. And that's why the women understood. I did not want to be defiled. That's why when a man raped a woman, she better cry out.
Cry out. That's right.
There ain't no such thing as rape if there ain't no crying out.
That's right.
Not in Israel. You better cry out. You better make it known. You better make it known or you getting stoned. You got one or two choices. It's either tell or get these rocks.
Yep.
Don't nobody want to be taken outside the camp and catch rocks.
Exactly.
Kick rocks? No, catch rocks.
But like you said, he left down the dowry, right? So when he come back, right? If he left down the down payment for the dowry, what was the next step? We have supper.
That's it.
He not that part. He done paid the dowry. It's time for you to accept this so we can have supper, so we can go with his contract.
Right. So the first initial supper was between the father and the father and the groom.
Yes. The father
They gonna sit down and they gonna sup,
right.
and they gonna lay down how things are supposed to be. But the second supper was the celebration
That's right.
that everything in the contract was what is it? Binding and sealed. Through what? Through what?
Through the blood.
Thank you.
Well, hold on. Well, let's go back. What you think the waiting was? What other people think the waiting was when he turned water into wine? Because if you notice, they have no. You can't have no wine after this here. This is why he said, "You do this in memory of me."
Of me.
He's telling you, it's a rehearsal. So when I come back, now we're gonna do the whole powwow.
What that man say at the what that man say? The wine now. Most men say the good wine. Whether they get the good wine first,
Yes.
but you say the good wine for the last.
That's right. Yeah. Couldn't do all that. Yeah.
We done drunk all the garbage wine, but you got the good wine.
Exactly.
Man, that's why it is important for us to tell our sisters and to acknowledge to our sisters and to cover and protect our sisters.
That's right.
There's so many wicked men in Israel.
Man,
It's just crazy.
first of all, they ain't Israel. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you a predator and being a predator on these sisters, you ain't Israel.
Exactly.
You ain't Israel, because that's not how we act. It's not how we supposed to act. Look, Adam risked his soul for Chimwa. And people don't understand that. Because he knew when she took a bite out of that fruit, or took that knowledge, or whatever it was, if he didn't, he had lost what he had offered up as a dowry. That's what a man does. Now, I ain't going against the Most High for my wife. Love you.
What that is Matthew 22 about the parable? What that is Matthew 10? Huh? Yeah. Again, we have another story.
What is it? Read
Let's
further.
get Matthew 22. Let's get Matthew 22 in it. Matthew 22. I mean, he keeps giving us example after example after example after example.
We got to go through the whole thing.
No, we gotta go through the thing. Just it's good though, man. It's good.
Matthew 22 and
Just start from verse 1.
And Yahushua answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Again he sent forth other servants, saying, Tell them which are bidden, Behold, I have prepared my dinner.
Stop for a second. Who are the servants?
Us. The prophets.
The prophets and the servants.
Oh yeah, because they were supposed to go get people. Okay, that's right. Behold, I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage. That they made light of it, and went their ways. one to his farm, another to his merchandise.
Don't they make light of it now? Oh man, don't worry about the feast days. Because the feast days are surrounded by.
Yeah.
See? Because the feast days are surrounded by around the wedding. Right?
And the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them.
Who is the remnant now?
Come on.
Well, our forefathers do it. We do the same thing our forefathers did.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Continue.
Yeah, right, go ahead.
But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth.
Huh.
And he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murderers.
That's the prophecy when Rome came. See? The prophecy when Rome came.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And burnt up their city. Then said he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go.
Let's look at us right now. That's what we're going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
The wedding is ready, but we're not worthy.
Do you know if, theoretically, if Yahushua would have came back on Tuesday,
That's me. Brother Rob.
you better be grateful.
Brother Rob, what I said?
Y'all better be grateful that he ain't bust the sky wide open on Tuesday like they've been prophesying. A prophet lying.
I said the same thing is true. Brother Rob said the same thing. You better be grateful he didn't come. You talking about, yeah, just wait till Tuesday to get here. Okay.
Tuesday get here, we gonna take back the world. You ain't ready yet.
Ready.
And plus, you ain't gonna have to fight that battle. I keep on telling y'all don't have to fight that battle.
That's in Revelations.
I'm saying, he got this.
Yes. In Hebrew custom, hold on. In Hebrew custom, the once the man get married, for a whole year he don't do what?
Fight.
He don't fight. It's the same thing when we going through right now. He trying to get his bride together so when he take his time off, then he's gonna go back and fight.
What was that?
9.
Okay. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all, as many as they found, both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. And he saith unto him, Friend, how comest thou in hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then said the king to the servants, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Ooh.
For as many are called, but few are chosen.
You know what's so deep about that last part too, man? I've been in the Catholic Church all my life. And they used to always say, man, just come as you are. And you understand what he just said?
You can't come to this party as you are.
You can't come to party as
You
are.
better come dressed right.
You better come dressed right.
But I mean, even the New Testament talks about modest apparel. So you can't even if you're New Testament, because you know the Christians, you can't even play that one because, again, Paul talks about modest apparel, so it doesn't make any sense.
But you know what's beautiful about this? If you go over there to Ethiopia, do you know every year for Pesach, they have on their attire,
Mm-hmm.
they have their virgins out there. This is what they do our people doing this the custom every year, right on time. They got it out back. This is why we need to be looking and find out what we should be doing, because they doing it, like the brother said when he started out before the lesson. There's a sister, she go back home.
She going
on
home.
Holidays, on high holidays. She know how to go through it, just like this. We playing Israel here. All Israel is not what?
We're talking about, this is a feast day, this wedding, and they got bid to it. They knew they were going to a wedding. We all know we hope we're going to a wedding. There was a preparation. I don't know, everybody's been to a wedding. You knew I gotta get this, I can't just wear whatever. If you are in the wedding, you there's preparation zones, and we ignore the preparation. We get to the high holy day, we're like, oh, it's the high holy day. But
Yeah.
we never prepared.
But now, hold on. All these women in here, when you know about your wedding day, if we the bride, how we don't know about our wedding day? Our wedding day. How we the bride, we don't know about our
I
wedding
don't
day?
know what to wear.
It doesn't even make no sense. You can't be the bride and don't know nothing about your wedding. And that's why Shaul said in 1 Thessalonians, he broke it down to us. He just right up people's head.
That's why. This is one of the reasons why I was so stuck in that verse in 2 Ephesians chapter 2, because it basically breaks down the whole skinny. You know, it basically lays it out for you, and that's why I'm so adamant about our sisters and guarding them and protecting them, because when we defile our sisters, we are ruining the temple. It's just like them coming in and sacrificing swine in the holy places. And these sisters are content with these brothers coming in that don't have no ownership. I mean, having given up a dowry, most of these brothers ain't got, like I keep on saying, most of these brothers ain't got no jobs. So how they gonna get a dowry together? Hebrew Israelites are some of the, look, as Hebrew Israelites, some of us, most of us ain't got no jobs. I ain't never seen so many brothers that say they righteous and don't work. When evidently the father worked, because he rests on the Sabbath. How you gonna be like the father and you afraid to pick up you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to pick up a rake. You don't want to flip a burger. You don't want to do nothing because you afraid I don't want to work for the man.
I don't even know these people. I just hear about them
When he said in the book, he says, I finished, after he finished all his works, if all his work was good, he looked at everything and said everything was good.
That's the most annoying thing.
Yeah.
Talk about a man, like I don't like laziness in a man, like that's annoying. That's crazy.
And, you know, to Moray, it brings us to another topic because in Numbers, the 5th chapter, I mean, it talks about the law of jealousy and being so tough. You know, a man needs to know if a woman is carrying his child. And if there's a lot of impurities and defilement, how does he know? How can he even claim the child? You know, I mean, we can take it further. How does Yahweh know? He knows our hearts. He also sees our actions. You know, but when it comes into a marriage bed, you know, a man needs to know, well, this is my child. I will protect her. I will protect the child. But all of that is gone because of our waywardness and our defilement.
It makes me mad to see these sisters on the Maury show. How is it that you done been with so many people that you don't know who the father is? You know, it's a dang shame that, and it's so commonplace in Israel that the heathen are making fun of us. How often do you see one of them shows where they going through trying to find who the father is, that they got some shoot.
Paternity test.
Huh?
Ain't no Asians on there.
Yeah, you know, ain't got no Asians on there. You don't never see none of them.
Yeah.
They too busy at work. It'd only be us.
There be others too.
I mean, but it'd be
Sprinkled in.
but a sprinkle is different than having a whole bread. I ain't never had a whole cake of sprinkles. You see what I'm saying?
Well, like the sister said, like Sister Ann said about the whole thing. I tell sisters and brothers this. If first of all, from a man's perspective, if I was to be looking for a wife, I'm looking for a wife to control us. I'm not looking for a wife to be world. See, a lot of times, a lot of the brothers, and I know as men, we are guilty of it, and especially in this modern day society, they teach us to look with our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They teach us to look with our eyes. So we're looking at how outward appearance. You know, if you get, I don't get descriptive, but if you know what I mean, we're looking at our outward appearance.
The first thing.
Exactly. But we're not really looking at how the Torah describes what kind of Proverbs 31.
Right.
I'm going to tell you some of my mistakes. I made some bad choices because I did that. I looked at the outward appearance with women when I was young, when I was dating. And I would see how the women would maybe treat their daddy or their mother or this one or that one. And I'd be like, oh, she'll change. She wouldn't do me like that. If she treat my mama like this and she treat her daddy like that, I know how she'll treat me.
Thank you. I don't want you.
That woman right there, that's not my wife. That woman almost worshiped her mother. That's why I married this woman, because the first two women I dated, shoot, they told me I'm crazy. I'm gonna be real with you. And I thought I could change her. If she could talk to her mama like that, talk to her daddy, I know how she felt about me. And guess what? I couldn't be the man. I wouldn't. My oldest son's mother, I never was the man in my house. Man, I packed my stuff in the middle of the night and said, man, I'm done. I can't deal with this.
I've been there.
I can't deal with this. I can't argue with this woman. I couldn't.
You spend more time fighting.
The police was at my house once a month. Man, you could talk to my lady anytime. She said, police said, we come out of the house. Well, they did because I was on my motorbike and it's loud. And the guy said when my motorbike was loud. What is that? There's not a brother in here ever heard anything that, well, I'm going to beat my wife up. Or, you know, I don't talk up under my wife's clothes. We disagree on things, but guess what? It's already respectful. But I dated women that literally wanted to get out in the box with me.
Okay.
Literally, you can't beat me as no man.
You hope she can't beat you as no
I
man.
tell you what, she better been in Green Beret school, because if she coming in,
I know some sisters that can chunk them.
I know some big sisters too. I tell you what, if she ain't got no training behind her, I'll put that bottom dollar on her. She ain't gonna handle me like that. She better have some training behind her. I've been through the mud. I've been through the mud,
Man.
but I ain't even gonna go there with her. I'm gonna walk off.
Man.
I'm gonna walk off. But my point is, I didn't look for women to Torah. I got an uncle that been married to his wife almost 50 years. And I said to myself, I want my marriage to be like my uncle. Because you never heard his wife say an unpleasant thing about him. You never heard my uncle say anything about his wife.
I ain't quite there yet. We working on it.
Well, I mean, they might have an argument, but I'm saying, but everything is pleasant. Everything is pleasant, what I'm saying is. But he loved her mother, she loved his mother, he loved her father, she loved his, see what I'm saying? I mean, as in her mother is just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like his mother. He respected her parents. So I'm saying this to say all this is, once I got older, I started looking at different attributes in a woman. I dated a lot of light-skinned women when I was growing up.
Yeah, I can't.
You know what I'm saying? I'll just be honest. I dated a lot of light-skinned women. But as I got older, but I started realizing that, you know, I mean, this without only with my eyes, but I started listening to what the Most High was trying to get me to see, that I started looking at the characteristics of a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I began to make better choices. Like I said, and one thing about my wife, before me and my wife ever got married, I said, I told her I need to get my kids out of high school. And by her, that woman being patient enough to be with me, telling my kids out of high school, that showed me that she was the woman, you know what I'm saying, for me.
You'd be surprised, Malak, that there are sisters out here that be sitting up there talking about, man, if I had her band, I treat him like this and treat him like that, and I treat him good. She ain't doing him right, and you don't even know half the leg work that these sisters are doing to keep us afloat. To keep us afloat as men, you don't know half the shoot. I love my wife.
That's why my wife don't work.
She put up with me snoring. She put up with me snoring. She put up with me drooling in my sleep. She put up with me laying stuff anywhere and everywhere. And
Like you said, I had to tell my wife, I don't want you to work. You know why? Because to take care of me was a job enough.
I wish I
You
could.
can't go to a job and then come back and take care of me.
Oh, I'm praying I can
I'll
get.
be real with you.
I'm praying.
You need to quit.
I'm praying that I can get my wife to that point.
See, we the same. That's. I feel like overall that should be a man's intent. Even if it like it's okay if you meet a woman and she's working, you working as a man. Y'all put y'all men together. That's okay. But it's like I feel like the man's intent. That's where it should be.
Yeah.
And that's why that's why I'm still single, because I court a lot and I have to take a break. I talk to my guy about it. Like I pay attention to red flags. I'm big on that. And I don't play no games.
But this is why. This is why. This is why I say this is very important. I can call my the last Sabbath we didn't have class.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've been promising my mom I was gonna bring my mom her car, but my mom her car. I've been promising for 2 months I was gonna bring her car. But every week I'm at class. Guess what? You know what happened? I got up that morning. I needed a rest. I needed to study. I looked at my wife. I said, I need to go to Houston and bring my mom her car. So my wife did. Okay, baby. Called her girlfriend. They gone.
Mm-hmm.
How many? See what I'm saying? When I ask my wife to do something, I don't have those arguments. Why would I trade that? For somebody I got an argument debate with. Why would
Okay.
I do that?
And see, I think you've just defined one of the outreach ministries today. I think Yahweh was here, he knows the need, and he knows how spirit versus flesh is gonna be always a problem with us unless we address it through Torah. And I want you to mention to you, is Sister Lily still?
She goes.
Oh, she's not? Okay, we just mention to her some of the conversation we had.
All the time.
Because this is a golden treasure to have this available and have young men listen to it, young women listen to it, you know, and to really hear what the word of the Father is saying. Now that's Shema Yisrael. Yeah. And I thank you, brother, for talking about it. You should don't hear this kind of conversation with a man who is real awesome.
Well, a lot of people don't want to bring it up. They're afraid of it. And my thing is, there ain't nothing that I've done in my past that I ain't man enough to own up to. I know what I did. I know who I was. I know what I was capable of doing, and I know what I like to do. You see what I'm saying? So but I ain't there no more. And let me tell you, it's a process. Because women ain't stopped being pretty. They ain't stopped being pretty just because I got married. They ain't stopped being pretty just because I took my wife.
We talk about this all the time.
I'm serious. And these sisters ain't stopped being available just because I'm married. Oh, they even more available now because they don't have to go home to me. I'm gonna tell you something. Look, Burger King ain't stopped. Look, Chick-fil-A ain't stopped selling chicken sandwiches just because Popeyes got a good one. You see what I'm saying? They still selling chicken sandwiches.
Sister Ann, this book right here, I'm gonna tell you, and this brother probably will agree with me when I'm saying this here. As a man that's been out there, and like I said, I know a lot of young ladies, a lot of lady friends. The challenge for us as men of Israel coming into this truth, number one is not to defile the daughters of the Most High. That's number one. That's number one. Number two, for me as a man, is when you look at the world, let's look at the world for a minute. There's the daughters of Zion, and there's worldly women, right? There's the daughters of Zion and the world. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, brother. The worldly women was always by chance. You know why? Because coming into the truth is a transition. So we get rid of all these old habits. See what I'm saying? So now the daughters of Zion are supposed to help us by conducting. That's why the daughters of Zion have to wear modest apparel. What the worldly women do, they dress all kind of ways, uncovered and all that. So as men, we're wrapping with our flesh already. That's why the Most High wanted them to cover, wanted the women to cover themselves. Because we are those angels. We are those angelic beings from an earthly standpoint that will deal with the daughters of men. So this is why the men have such a struggle. This is why we are always telling the sisters about, this is why we always telling the sisters about modest apparel, the way they conduct themselves. So we gotta help each other. You know?
And we gotta, in this confusion, there is a confused spirit. There's a confused and perverse spirit moving through our people that are making us do things that are not like the Most High. And we have to be on guard for this. We got women that want to look like men, want to be like men. We got men that want to dress up and be the woman. And perform these acts of immorality and then want you to justify it. Mm-hmm. And if you don't stand with it and agree with it, you wrong. Look, I don't care how many sex changes, how many things that you have, you still a man. I don't care what you pack up or hide away, tuck, duck, or snip or tuck. You still a man. There ain't enough estrogen pills until you grow some fallopian tubes and a uterus and some ovaries. You a dude. Women, if you dressing up like a man and you walking around with the low cut, you done gained 50, 60 pounds, done put on because you know how they do, they put on a sport, tuck it away until you get some testicles that drop. You ain't no dude. I don't care, I'm not caught. Look, man, I be tripped out. We got people, man, get mad because you don't call them sir. I mean, you a woman, you want me to call you sir. No, ma'am. I'm not calling you ma'am, and you a dude. Your Adam's apple bigger and longer than mine, but you want me to call you ma'am. You shake my hand, your finger, your middle finger all the way up to my elbow, but you want me to call you ma'am. No, dude, you a dude. I feel like a woman on the inside. No, you don't.
I was born like this.
You wasn't born like that.
I know. That's a learned thing.
I mean, it's a choice.
That's it.
You choose to walk that route. You can be conflicted in your spirit and still not go through the acts. And that's what people don't understand. Well, I committed suicide because I wanted to be a woman. I'm going to commit suicide because I feel like I'm a woman. Do some push-ups. Get your head on straight.
Let's go, man. We gotta go back
I really thank you, Mary, and all the brothers, for this. It's so enlightening because it was something we needed to hear. And a lot of times we want to be beating on our children and punishing them for things they don't do when we haven't taught them.
You ain't talking about that ain't thing.
We're just learning ourselves. So, I just really thank you.
How you want somebody to be righteous and you corrupt?
What you said? There was a line on Facebook said that what the sister just said. We talk about the bad children. What about the bad parents?
Okay.
Yeah.
What my dad used to say, if you, 9 times out of 10 you follow a bad kid home, a bad parent, I'll answer the door. I'm sorry that the first part of this didn't record and we lost it. And we'll get a chance to go over the first 10 chapters, 10 verses of Ephesians chapter 2 again some other time. I don't know if we're gonna have to do a breakdown on it or something, but I'm just glad that we had this conversation to salvage something. But we do need to talk about purity in Israel. Once again, we give praise to the Most High Yah, His Son Yahweh Shai, and to the saints that are walking according to this book. And we thank you for once again just being here with us, Most High. Yah, we love you, we honor you, we praise you, we give you, we just give you the praise from our lips because that's all we have to offer. Yah, we ask that you would not turn away from us, but that we get right, that you will turn to us. Yah, we love you and we thank you. Once again, in your son, Yahamashiach's name, Yeshua HaMashiach. Hallelujah.
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 Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm sorry that first half didn't record. I lost it. I mean, it was 2 good hours to tape, but it wasn't for the Most High. That was him. So